Welcome to your Tidal 10-minute recovery. My name is Coach Lani Herman, and in the next 10 minutes, we're going to chill, wind down, recover, total body. 10 minutes. Let's get started. Grab your mat or a towel, find an area that's comfortable for you. Starting in a quadruped position, hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. We're going to start with a spinal extension and flexion. So slowly tuck the chin to the chest and then lift up through the mid-back. Start to curl your back and tuck your tailbone under. In this position, our spine is flexed. We're pulling our belly button up to the sky, chin is tucked, really rounding our spine. From here, we're going to start to extend through our tailbone. So tailbone goes to the sky, and then slowly vertebrae by vertebrae, finishing off with your chin to the sky. So now our spine is in full extension. So we're just going to do a couple of reps just like that, starting with tucking your tailbone under, flexing spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, and then finishing off with your chin to chest. So in that curled position, flexion through the spine, engage your core, pull the belly button up, and then reverse it, tailbone to the sky, extending vertebrae by vertebrae. A couple more times here at your own pace. Flex the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, and then extend. 10 more seconds here, really just working through spinal flexion and extension and really trying to articulate vertebrae by vertebrae. Last one. Coming into a neutral position now, we're going to start to work some thoracic rotation. So you're going to send your hips back slightly. Right hand will go on behind your head. Right elbow will meet your left elbow. And from here, try to rotate as far as you can, bringing your right elbow to point towards the sky. And then slowly back in touch. You breathe in. And then exhale, rotate. Thoracic spine rotation, deep breath in. And big exhale out. With boxing, we obviously spend a lot of time rotating through our punches. So now we're just rotating through our spine, making sure it feels smooth, and really challenging our range of motion here. So working our mobility. Breathe in and open. If we don't work on our rest and recovery, we can get super stiff, inflexible, immobile. That's not something that is good for our performance as boxers, as athletes, or just as a human. Good. Switch sides. Left hand behind your left hand behind your head. Left elbow will meet your right elbow. And then again, rotating your left elbow as far as you can, hopefully getting it to point to the sky. And then slowly down. Now we want to try and isolate our thoracic spine as we do this. So a good way is sending the hips back a little further so you can lock in your lumbar spine. So we can really isolate through our thoracic spine, our mid-back. 2 more reps here. Last one. See if you can get a little bit more with every rep. That's the goal. Awesome. Coming back into quadruped, right hand will reach to the sky. Hopefully that feels a little more smoother. From there, we're going to go into our stretch. Right arm will thread underneath your left. You'll reach your right arm all the way through. Reaching your arm all the way through, bring your right shoulder to touch the floor. This one's called thread the needle, and then with your top arm, start to walk it forward. And deep breaths in, big exhales out. And just hanging out here for a good 20 to 30 seconds, really finding a nice stretch through your mid-back. This can be also very tight after throwing a lot of punches. So we're just starting to get into our upper body first before we start to work and stretch our lower body. All right, let's slowly come back into quadruped. Let's hit the other side. Left hand, rotate high as you can. Rotate. Left arm, thread it underneath your right. Reach all the way through. Keep going, keep going. Left shoulder will reach the ground. Left side of the cheek of the face will just slowly rest on the ground. Right arm walks forward, coming into a nice thread the needle. And while we're in a static stretch, we really want to focus on your breathing. With every exhale, sinking deeper into the stretch and breathing into your muscle. Want to get the oxygen flow. And just winding down, breathing is also really good as a mental health practice. It's just slowing down and focusing on your breath. All right, slowly coming back into quadruped. Let's work through our lats now. So from your quadruped position, you're going to send the hips back, kind of like a child's pose. Walk the hands far as you can forward. From here, walk your hands far as you can to the left, plant them down. So if you're walking your hands far to your left, you're gonna plant your right hand down, left hand will go on top, send the hips back, and then shift your weight all the way back. Your head is gonna reach and look underneath your right armpit. So in this position, we're really opening up through the side body, working through our lats, which is all the way from pretty much underneath your armpits all the way to the bottom of the rib cage. So really trying to open up this section, as this can also become tight from throwing a lot of punches, exercising, doing a lot of pressing movements. There you go. Deep breaths in, big exhales out. With every exhale, bring your chest a little closer to the ground, creating further space between your armpit and your rib cage. Open it open. I find that if I rotate a little bit, look up towards the sky, that also helps open up the stretch. Good. Reset your hands. Slowly walk to the other side. Walk to the far right. Plant your left hand down, right hand on top. Shift your weight back. Rotate through. Look underneath your left armpit now, all the way to sky. Find a big opening through the side of your body. Rotate. Deep breath in. Big exhale out. Sink a little deeper. Oh, we love some recovery. I definitely have been neglecting this in my own training, so this is also a great reminder to keep going. And you know, because when you start stretching, it feels a little bit more tender than usual. That's a good sign that we need it. We need to continue bringing it into your regime. Back into your quadruped. Let's tuck the toes, lift the hips, coming to a downward dog. Let's get a little bit of the lower body working now. So one heel down to the floor. Shift your weight right to left, aiming to get the heel of your foot onto the floor and feeling a stretch all the way through the back of your calves, working into our gastrocnemius, our calf muscles, which also are tight from bouncing on our toes, any kind of calf raised motion. From here, bring your left leg through, coming into a 90 degree angle. So 90 degrees with your front leg, 90 degrees with your back leg. From here, bringing your chest towards your front leg. Take a deep breath in, bring your chest down, and then lift, press away from the floor, breathe in, and come down a little further. 2 more just like that. Deep breath in, big exhale out, hold it down at the bottom, working into our glute, working into our hip. It's kind of like a pigeon pose, just opening up through your hip, getting into your lead glute. From here, press your chest away, keep your feet exactly where they are. Hands will come behind, lift up and over into the other side. Let's go to the other side. Slowly lower your chest down into the ground towards your lead leg, finding that deep hip glute stretch. Breathe in, push away, breathe in, push away. There you go. Now hold at the bottom, coming into a nice deep glute stretch here. Hold. Maybe it's here today. Maybe you can go all the way down onto the elbows. Maybe you can walk your hands all the way forward. That's not me today. Wherever you're at, be gentle with your body. Listen to it. It is always our best guide. All right, let's work through some mobility now. So bringing our hips up and over to the left and up and over to the right. Try and keep your feet in the same position and keep your chest tall. If you're feeling super mobile, maybe no hands. And working through the hip mobility here. Oh, beautiful. 2 more times. Up and over. And up and over. Let's go back to the middle. Stop in the middle. See if you come into a deep squat from this position. So deep squat. Make sure your heels are on the top. Heels are connected to the ground. Pressing your knees away with your elbows. Lift the chest. Drop the hips. You're pressing your knees away with your elbows, opening up through your adductors, through your inner thighs, finding a deep squat position. Chest is tall. From here, working our rotation. Right arm goes to the sky. Big rotation. Recovery does also take work and effort, so if it feels a little tough, it's okay. Deep breath in, and then switch. We're working into our joints, working into our muscles, especially if you're stiff and it's been a minute, it's gonna take a little effort, a little work. Beautiful. 2 more times. Deep breath in. 1 more time. Open up to the side. Oh yeah. All right, place both hands on the ground. Lift your hips to the sky. Full extension through the back of the legs. Heel toe your feet to meet the center, coming into this nice forward fold here. Grab behind your ankles or your calves so you can go into a little bit of a deeper stretch here, deeper range. You should feel it through your calves, hamstrings, maybe your back. And we're gonna hold here for the last 10 seconds. 2 more deep breaths. See if you can get a little bit deeper into the stretch. And when you're ready, bend the knees. Slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Yeah. Team, 10 minutes. Easy work. Remember to never neglect your rest and recovery, because that allows us to keep coming back and stay on our A game and our peak performance. Until next time, Coach Liney here.